Hello everyone, welcome back to you all. In this new video, we are going to learn how to make this chess pawn in Blender. Without any further delay, let's get started. So now what do we need to do? It's just a simple thing. Go to a Google and then write the chess pawn reference front view. And after that, you need to download any image from that. And I have already done this step. So now I need to draw search here for Blender. And then I need to open it. And now you have to click somewhere here. And after that, we need to delete this, our default things in Blender. Select all and press X on your keyboard to delete it. Let me enable string class keys, and with this you will notice which keys I'm going to press on my keyboard. And after that, let's get started. So by first we need to import our image here. Press shift A on the keyboard and then go to this image reference, go to desktop and select this. And now it's simply done. Press 1 on your keyboard. Let me press 3 on my keyboard, but press 1 on your keyboard and then press R and Z and 90 on your keyboard to rotate it. And then go to this rotation, and then we have to rotate it on the axis a little bit. Let me see from here and like this. And after that we have to zoom it a bit, and we have to set this image like this. And then what do we need to do is press 1 on my keyboard to change it from the front view, and then show into the orthographic mode, check this, and then just font from front like this. And now what do we need to do to add a circle, or we also can add a sphere to make this chess pawn. So press F on your keyboard and then go to the smash and select the UV sphere, and after that press G and Z on your keyboard to move it on the Z axis, then scale it a bit and then make the exactly same sphere side as it is in our reference image. And we can also go into the wireframe mode and address this is exactly the size as we wanted. So now what do we need to do? Go to edit mode from here and then check this vertices mode and then select these vertices like this. Yeah, it's a complete surface, and then delete it. So now I also want to delete one more face, this one. Select this and then delete it like this. Now what do we need to do? Let me select a little bit more like this. Now I am going to select these vertices and press G and Z to move it like this, and then press E and S. Sorry, let me uncheck this and press E on my keyboard and then move it on the Z axis, and then press E on my keyboard to like this, and press E again on my keyboard, move it on the Z axis. Sorry. After that, what do we need to do? Press E and S on my keyboard to move it like this, and then press E on my keyboard and Z to move it like this, and then scale it freely like this. Now press E again on your keyboard, press Z, move it like this, and then press E and Z again to go like this, but scale it here like this. It should be exactly the same as it is, and then press E and Z. Sorry, yeah, like this, and you can scale it like here, but without this, yeah. But before this, let me add loops cut in our this area. Press Ctrl R to add loop cut, and I'm going to add like 10 loop cuts, and then we are going to scale those like this. I am going to select each one of this loop and then going to scale it one by one. And after that, we have to select E and Z again. Let me uncheck this, E and Z again to move it like this, and scale it a bit, and then E and Z again to move it like this, and scale again like this. And then we need to press EZ again like this. Press E again and Z again, and then scale it again, and then E and Z again like this. Now with this, we need to do one thing and uncheck this wireframe mode, and then also select all these vertices by Alt, and then click somewhere in the middle of it, then press F on your keyboard to give it a face. Now we don't need this reference image, then unhide this image. Now select this, let me move it a bit on the Z axis, and with this I need a small topology because it's not looking nice at this moment. For this I am going to go to this modify tab and then add modifier and go with subdivision surface, and I'm going to put this modifier on our mesh, and let me increase my levels like this. Now this pawn is, let me edit this name by pawn. This pawn is very smooth because what does subdivision modifier surface do? To make an object smoother. But we don't need to get upset with this. We can edit this topology. Go to this edit mode and then press Ctrl R to add loop cuts like this. And we will add different loop cuts in the middle of our pawn mesh, everywhere where we need it. And I'm going to move it a bit and then add middle of this loop cut like this, and then also add a loop cut like here, like here, and you can adjust it as you want it, so you don't have to worry about this like all, and you can adjust the second of it as you want it. And after that, we are going to add another loop cut here like this, and here it is our mesh. And go to this object mode, and here you are able to see how mesh is looking nice. And now we are going to select this and press right click and go in with the shade smooth, and with this it will look a lot nicer. Let me update this to the 3, and yeah, this is our pawn. And now what do we need to do? Add our camera, and after that we will go with our materials. Now we are done with modeling part. Now let me add a plane surface to our scene. So press shift on your keyboard, go with mesh, and then press plane, and then scale it like this. But with this, also scale it to make it a shot. Yeah, like this. Now what do we need to do? Scale our plane like this, and then go to our press shift on your keyboard, and then add a camera. And how to view from a camera? You have to click this toggle the camera view, and here press N on your keyboard, and then go to this view and check this camera to view, and then you are able to see the look from the camera. And after that, we will adjust our position like this, and I am also going to select this and making this 2000, also make this 2000 like this, and then go to the camera view, increase our photo length like this. Yeah, I hope so, it's looking nice. And then let me go with 80 frame like this photo length, and zoom out a little bit like this, and we can set this our camera view in our coming videos, so we don't need to uh, get worry about this thing. And now we also need to set our materials, and with this we also need to do one more thing: blender kit add-on. How to add a blender kit add-on in our blender? I'm going to teach you also this because we need to set up materials of this object, and the materials will come from blender kit. So go to this Google and then click this, and right here blender kit add-on, and you have to write down blender kit add-on and then go check this website. And here you are able to download the Blender add-on. After downloading how to add your add-on in your Blender, you can check this video out, and this video will tell you how to enable your add-on in your Blender. This video will help you in it, and let me tell you, you just need to do one thing: go to your edit and go to your preferences, and after that you go to this add-ons tab, and then go from install from this, and you need to do one thing: don't extract, don't you don't need to open the zip file, because you can install your add-on with your zip file, and you just need to go click this install from this and then press that zip file of Blender Kit add-on, and it's completely done. And now you are done with Blender Kit add-on. What else do we need to do? To put our materials on our mesh, but before that we also have to do some lightings on it to view our materials. For that I'm going to add lightings, and for that we need to press shift on the keyboard and go with lighting. I'm going to add area light and press G and Z to move it on the Z axis, and after that we have to rotate it on the X axis, and then RZ and 90 to move it on the X axis, and then give it a little side look like this. Then how will we able to see the light effects on our mesh? For that we need to go to our rendered view and see from our camera. This may take a while, so wait for a while, And also you're able to see it's written here compiling AB engine shaders. So we also have to go here and then change our AB engine to cycles. Let me uncheck this for a while. And here you are able to see our light view, light effect on our mesh. And if I unhide this, sorry, if I unhide hide our light, then this effect will be gone. So let me unhide this, and yeah, it's looking nice for me. But also with this, we also need to do one more thing to duplicate our lighting. Press Shift D and that's on your keyboard to duplicate it, and then rotate it a bit, and then rotate it on the x-axis like this and like this. And then again go to a render view and view from this, and then uncheck this our first light and see how does this our mesh look like with our second light, and then uncheck second light and see how mesh look like from our second light, like this or like this. Yeah, let me uncheck both our lights, and then we are done with our lighting setup. We will do a little more changes in our lighting setup, but after putting the materials on our mesh, because when our materials are settled on our mesh, then we will be able to see the difference between lightings and the depth of it. So we have to go to this viewport shading, and then also I need to do little settings with our render engine, click the cycles. And if you have GPU, go GPU compute. And what is GPU? Let me tell you. If you haven't read a graphic card, then you can check this GPU compute. And I have graphic card, so I can select this. But don't worry if you don't have a graphic card, because graphic card is needed in graphic industries, in 3D industries, because graphic card helps you to do the renders a little more faster. But if you don't have any graphic card, you don't care to worry about it. And when I was learning at beginning, so at that time I don't have any that money to buy a nice graphic card. And but what I do, I just kept learning. And you also need to do that thing. You need to learn it, and you don't have to worry about how much time it will take to render. But you just keep going, keep learning, and keep growing. One day you will have your own graphic card with your own money. So don't worry about this. And then go to materials tab and select here black marble, and I'm going to check this for materials, and also go filter this by free first. This is a materials tab, this is a models tab, and this is a scenes if you need to find HDRI, and this is also for HDRIs. And I never use this printables or add-ons or any one of them. So most of the time we use HDRIs or models or this material tabs in Blender Kit. Maybe my internet is a bit slower, that's why I taking a lot more time. Let me go with another. Let me put here black. Now my internet is a bit slower, that's why it's taking a huge time out of it. But now it's recommended. I want this, yeah, I want this tile to put in on a plane. So select a plane and then select this. Now it will take a little time to download it, and it's already 35% done, 47% done. Yeah, the materials for plane is completely rendered, but we are unable to see it from here. For that, we need to go to check from camera view and then go to our render tab. And after that, we are able to see material on our surface, and we will set it up. But before that, let me also put a material on our mesh. So let me go with black marble or white tile, I guess. I am unable to find any material for mesh. Let me go with white marble. I am unable to find glossy effect of marble for our mesh. But this one looking nice. Let me put this one and see how does it looking like. Yeah, it's completely downloaded. And then view from our render view. Yeah, our marble effect haven't done yet. Yeah, this one I want a different material. And yeah, yeah. Now we have put a marble effect on our mesh and a black material on our plane or in our bedroom. But also go to this world properties and then go to this color and then this complete black. But I don't like this black material on our plane surface, so I want this to put a black marble. That is, if we are going to find anything now, yeah, now I hope so I'll find any one of them. We have to wait a while to load our materials here. This one may be looking nice. Let me check this on our plane. Yeah, it's looking nice. Yeah, it's looking nice on a background, but we also need to change this color. Go with white marble and put a different marble on a mesh, like a little more plain. Let me check this one. Yeah, this one looking nice. I hope so. Yeah. Now we need to play with our lightings. We need to play with our camera, and also we need to do one more thing to play with our materials. We have applied the materials on a mesh and also on a plane surface, but now we have to play with lightings and with our camera to give it a better look. Now we are going to play with our lighting.